ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready to begin. And before we start, let's all express our appreciation to the 5 candidates for joining us here today. All right, we're going to start with our first question, and we'll start with Helene. And actually, the first question is for all 5 candidates. It's yes, no. All right, so if you have your cards out and ready. Do you believe that the hospitality industry is an essential part of the city's economic health? I know it feels like an easy question, but all right. Second yes-no question, do you believe the city should encourage more visitors to Santa Barbara? Okay. Third yes-no question, do you believe the city should encourage construction of more hotel rooms in Santa Barbara? All right, we got 1 yes, 2 no's, and 2 no answers. All right. Starting with Helene, as a member of the City Council, what specific actions would you take to support and strengthen the hospitality industry? You have 1 minute.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay? There we go. First off, thank you to Mike Jordan for doing yeoman's work and coordinating this, and to the Chamber of Commerce and Greater Restaurant Lodging Association for putting this on. Tourism industry, in fact, is a huge part of our quality life here in the city of Santa Barbara. It allows the residents to really enjoy a huge cultural facility in the city, our artistic pieces of it, because people are coming to Santa Barbara to appreciate it, and we get to appreciate it each and every day. And not to mention the revenue coming in from hotel tax, as Mr. Mayor Connor said earlier. So I truly believe that the industry here is a key piece of what keeps Santa Barbara vital. It also keep us on our toes in terms of keeping the place clean and safe. And oh wow, 10 seconds. So I love you guys. How's that? I also just really briefly want to thank you for during the last 2 disaster fires that lowering your rates and allowing residents who are evacuated to be in your facilities at lower rates and to waive the pet policy, because that really made a difference in our community.
Dale?
Steve, would you repeat the question, please?
Sure. As a member of the City Council, what specific actions would you take to support and strengthen the hospitality industry?
Okay. The absolute most important thing that City Council should do and must do to support the hospitality industry in Santa Barbara is public safety. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from hotel owners and actually from visitors to this town about their encounters with vagrants, and I'm talking about people who are abusive. Trash, graffiti, threatening people on the streets. Public safety is absolutely fundamental. And if we can't solve that problem, all the marketing schemes in the world don't mean a thing. So what I will do when I'm elected mayor is make sure that we shift our city priorities, our budget priorities, back to the police department, first off. And what I want to do is restore the cuts in positions that we've made continuously over the last 6 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Dale. Bob?
Hi. You know, when Reagan came to town, the whole town flip-flopped, cleaned up. It's amazing what really happened during the 80s. And during the 60s in Disneyland, they didn't want the hippies to come in. That's where we're at now in Santa Barbara. We don't want the homeless here. We are Waikiki, we are Yosemite, and the sky's the limit how much money we can make off Santa Barbara in the future. So I'm asking, President Obama to have a national agenda to open up buildings, open up parking lots, have communal living for homeless people. They can pay rent, they can volunteer. We can get a handle on the vagrants, the people, the few, really. There's not a lot of homeless people are the aggressive ones, but there's a few. But still offer them someplace to be. They can pay rent, they can volunteer. All across our nation, we can heal our nation. Because right now, it's an international disgrace of what America really is. Santa Barbara, it's amazing that more people aren't here from LA, because there's 50,000 homeless down there. So I'm amazed that they're not up here after hearing how nice it is here.
Isaac?
The first thing I would do would be to look at the revenue that the industry generates and how that revenue is being spent. Is it being spent to encourage or to help grow the industry, or is it being siphoned off and used for some other program? I believe that the industry does play a major role as far as our economy is concerned. And I would do everything as an elected official to make sure that those funds are spent to continue to help the growth of that industry. I would also take a look at what laws on the books or what ordinances on the books do we have in order to try to deal with the panhandling and service, which also has a negative impact on that. And I would also look at how we're going to deal with the gang activity as well, which has a negative impact on people being willing to come to Santa Barbara to spend that money.
Thank you, Isaac. Steve?
Well, thank you all for coming. It's good to see so many friends here, and I want to congratulate you, Antonari, a woman of distinction named by the Girl Scouts. Look, I would do what I've done for the last 21 years, running the Chamber of Commerce and working with all of you. If you don't have a clean, safe, well-lighted town, people aren't going to come here. We passed an override on the bed tax to clean the beaches and creeks. Have we cleaned the beaches and creeks? I would say to you, no. We put away $12 million in a fund and haven't taken any action. So when I'm elected mayor, that's the first thing that I'm going to do. I think Dale's absolutely right. We have to take back our public places. How would you like to have a hotel across from Pershing Park? How would you like to have your visitors that walk along the beachfront and be accosted by alcoholics and homeless people? I think we can take back State Street. We can take back our beachfront. If we can clean up Times Square in New York, we can certainly do that in Santa Barbara. Thank you.
There's a witch hunt against the homeless.
All right, let's go to our second question, yes/no question, with the following lead-in. In the last fiscal year, the city provided $1.5 million in financial support to the Conference and Visitors Bureau, which is estimated to generate $1.35 billion in business on the South Coast. As mayor, do you believe that the city's financial support to the Conference and Visitors Bureau should be increased in 2010? So the question is, should it be increased? It's a yes/no question. Bob? Okay, so we have 2 no's and 2 yeses, and 1 shrug. If it's to be increased, how should the city generate the money to pay for the increase? If it's not to be increased, why not? Starting with Dale.
I think it's unrealistic to think that the city is going to increase marketing funds for the CBD. I mean, it's a good thing to do. We've got a lot of good things to do right now that we can't afford. And as I said, by far the most important thing is to get our budget priorities back in order. We have to prioritize from top to bottom, and the top concern that I hear over and over again from people is public safety. It's been cut too much. We've eliminated 18 positions in the police department just since 2003. In the most recent round of budget hearings, I fought to keep 2 positions in the police department. I lost. I think we need a new attitude at City Hall, and I think until we get the city back on its feet, get the budget priorities straight, and see the revenue going up again, it's unrealistic to think that we can give more money to marketing.
Bob?
We're in a worldwide economic turndown, and we really can't see the bottom of this. I mean, you listen to some people, oh yeah, it's turning around. Other people, no, it's not. I don't think it's going to turn around for a while. I think we're in a deep debacle. And so I think we need to, learn from Vegas. Vegas gives, some discounts maybe on flights to come here or to Vegas. So we have discounts